Uh, hey everyone, welcome to this episode of Let's Talk. So, I have my friend Pēteris from Latvia that's joining me for this conversation. So, I met Pēteris on one of my travels in Portugal, and we just instantaneously connected. And I guess we were on the same wavelength. And and then he ended up giving me, he's a Reiki master, by the way, and he ended up giving me a Reiki session, and it was just beautiful. I mean, by the end of it, I was in tears. It was that great. So, Petrus, thanks a lot for joining us and for having this conversation. Yeah, how's it going? What's up?
Yeah, just a month ago I came back to Latvia from Portugal. Spent there 3.5 months. It was a really nice way to clear my head and just be in a different space. Uh, Once you told me that we met in Portugal, I remembered the way it happened. Because the first time we met, I was actually just enjoying myself dealing cards to myself. You came to the table and I want to play. Let me play a bit of blackjack.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
one word after the other, and we just
Rest
somehow
is history.
felt into the connection that and the rest is history. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like really excited about this talk, and I'm sure viewers are as well. Why don't we start off by, you telling us a little bit about what Reiki is? I mean, even I have a very little idea about what exactly it entails. I just know that it felt awesome, but I'm sure you'll be in a much better position to explain to us in like simple terms like what it is and yeah.
Uh, yeah. So Reiki was the first thing that I came up to regarding like spiritual practices. In short, it's energetic healing, and why I learned it, there were two reasons. One was to help a friend, but the most importantly was just to a way to center myself and clear all the things and energy that I don't need in my body, in my field, and that's why I got into it. And just the first factor was like, oh, there's energy coming out of his hands, and when I got to know this this part of the thing, that was like so exciting. And okay, I need to learn more, and yeah, that's how I got into it. But yeah, it does wonders. Usually, I just do it on myself, and from my own experience,
Mhm.
if I ever stumble upon anything that I need help with, and I don't have any other tools from a friend or other practitioners, I just do a session on myself, and yeah, it just works wonders, and it still amazes me that how it happens, and whatever the situation, problems, relationships with finances, with pains, whatever. But if I put that intention and work on myself,
Mhm.
yeah, the results speak for themselves.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds so cool. Where you spoke about Reiki being energy healing. Like it's such a like it's a well-known fact that everything is energy and everything is more energy and less particle. But still, it is so difficult to convey this message to people that it is all about energy, because even I, maybe a few years ago, had we be having this conversation, I would not buy into it. But recently, as I've been diving deeper into my own spiritual journey, inner journey, whatever you want to call it, it's just feels so real, man. Like, I mean, I can feel waves of energy inside of me just coursing through my veins, and I just don't know how else to describe it other than to call it energy. And most, in fact, now even mainstream science believes that energy is real. There's everything around us is full of energy. It is all about the energy. Then why do you think that people still focus so much on the non-energy part, like the physical body? And why is it that it is still so difficult for people to understand energy basically?
Uh, Multiple factors, probably. Just as you said a few years ago, you wouldn't understand it as well. And how I try to look at it, that everyone has their time to start to take interest in this, and
Hmm.
maybe not in this lifetime as well. And the ones who need to, they will get more into this energy part of life in real time. Myself as well, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, what is it? I don't care. I'm just with my mind. I need to do some, I don't know, math and programming and works like those. But yeah, energy part was completely different. But once it kicked in, it was like, wow, like whole universe
It's
opened up,
beautiful,
and
right?
I can look at yeah, I can look from this side to this problem, and yeah, I don't know want to call it problem situation. Uh, yeah, looking from the situation from a different side, and of course it takes so much time to integrate because we can't really deny that brain is powerful, and like the mind we use for problem solving helps a lot.
Hmm.
It is a tool, but at the same time, just integrating and combining these two worlds, I think that's the main part, but finding balance, being able to solve problems in your mind, yet at the same time, like feeling into it, what your intuition is saying and the energy. How do you feel about it? Do you
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
good? Sometimes on paper, like logically, everything is super, oh yeah, fantastic, but
Hmm.
something doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, it is
And
easier said than done to not listen, because, like you said, the brain is very powerful, and it has, like, our thoughts have a strong momentum, and it is very difficult sometimes to step out of your thoughts and just observe your thoughts, or to not listen to your mind, because now, as I'm, separating myself from my psyche, I can realize, and trusting my intuition more, it sometimes gets so difficult that, okay, if I don't believe my mind, if I don't listen to my mind, how do I make my decisions? How do I like, just blindly trust this energy or this gut feeling or whatever it is that you call, and it's actually, I can understand why it is so difficult for so many people still, and for me.
Yeah, and one funny fact came to mind that energy comes first, and I've had these situations in my life where like energy says something. For example, leave that job, and if I blindly trust it without like integrating that feeling and having it in balance, like doing it in a rush, I do it too fast.
Hmm.
And I have done it before, like, okay, I need to leave. That's my intuition saying,
Hmm.
okay, then I leave. And then I spend like those months I would still work there and like do it in the flow. I spend like, why did I do that? Now I don't have a job and so on. But uh, so yeah, there's this balance in everything.
Yeah,
So yeah, just
yeah, and I'm also, personally
always
getting.
finding that balance.
Yeah, yeah, and I honestly, like, even I'm
Go for it.
getting quite good at following my intuition, and but at the same time understanding that there is intuition and there's just plain impulsiveness. You let that thought, that energy form, that thought, let it sit with you for a while, and you of course analyze it as well, use your logical mind, and then take a decision which is based on both of these things together. But this actually brings us to the other thing that I also wanted to talk about, which was like about synchronicities, coincidences, serendipities, and stuff like that. So, like, we have a lot of different thoughts, I have a lot of different thoughts, visions, but can all of those thoughts mean something, or is, how, where do you draw the lines between a synchronicity or just randomness? Is there such a thing as randomness? Because I know for a fact that universe is too smart for coincidences. Everything is happening for a reason, But sometimes it gets so confusing. Why do we lose that sense of clarity?
Uh, yeah, one by one. I I don't know how it is, but I strongly agree that there's no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. And one particular occasion came into my mind like a week ago. I was visiting friends in a different city, and okay, I want to catch the last bus. But the feeling inside me was okay. Don't go yet. That something pulled back to that place. What happened? I went to the bus stop. Okay, 10 minutes early. Bus is still arriving, and I turned around for like 10 seconds. In that moment, bus went away, like past me, and
Mm-hmm.
okay, still universe wanted me to stay. So
Hmm.
these yeah coins, but it felt different. It's that's the main thing. It's okay. I could have gotten angry that okay, I didn't catch the bus. I will arrive later one day and so on. But these things feel different when
Mm-hmm.
these coincidences happen, like these synchronicities. Something comes through the body and just it just feels different.
Yeah.
I can't put it into words, but it's something else. Uh, I see
Yeah.
the right words on a building
Uh,
or on a bus or a car or whatever. But yesterday as well, I went. I had this feeling I had to go into a store that sells these board games, and I didn't really want to spend money on the games. But okay, just go inside and look. That's the impulse, and yeah, the
yeah.
other part is action. So I had to take action and just go into there. And I forgot the sentence, but it just was one sentence on a card displayed next to a game that I had to read. Next word I read, exit. Okay, now you have to go outside, and that's it. But still, okay. I just had fun. Okay, exit is the next one, but okay, I still like a few minutes stayed in the
Yeah.
store, but okay, it was clearly said exit now, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And that's the
So
thing,
that's one sentence, and that's it.
like most of these synchronicities, serendipities, it is you that is giving it the meaning, right? Because I'm realizing it that recently I'm more present. I'm more aware of everything that is happening in and around me. I'm aware of number sequences. I am aware of everything, the trees, the birds, just my own sensations, everything around me. And is that what the secret is, or is that, do you think, is what it is, that you are out of your mind and you are completely grounded in your being, which is why, and that is how the universe is communicating with you, the spirit world is communicating with you.
Yeah, as you said, for my experience, the main thing is to be grounded and just being down to earth at the same time open to the messages and synchronicities. If those both of those things are in alignment, perfect, you can get these synchronicities. If you're only flying and trusting the universe and not being grounded, then you can, as I said, these messages come before the
Mm-hmm.
time. So you feel the energy, you know what to do, but maybe that's like in a year or a week or a month later. But you get it now, and you if you don't ground yourself, you might rush into something that you're not ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's just the main thing. And for grounding, everybody has their own practices. For me, the easiest way is just to be in nature
Mm-hmm.
and away from other energies, and that's easy. But finding that balance in a busy city, for example, that's the mastery, I think.
Yeah.
To be in this flow state, being grounded with all the people and energies around you, and with the cars and alarms and everything. But not easy, but have to do have to think of different strategies to ground myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I actually started up yoga. That helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Just okay, work with my body. My body is feeling good, then it's easier to stay grounded.
Mm.
What are your techniques for grounding?
So for me, number one is just meditation. Like I can't like focus more on that because it's like eventually now it has come to a point where there is no clear meditation time and a non-meditation time, because even now for me, if I am truly present in the moment, if I'm grounded, if I'm away out of my mind, then I am meditating. Even so, even if I'm completely getting lost in my work, I just have to close myself and just remind myself that, yeah, I am in the world, but I'm not of it. I am just participating in the world. I am getting involved in it, but I am not allowing myself to be entangled in the doing. I am still being, and then there is the doing. And that distinction for me is, it got inculcated in me through meditation, of course. And now I am trying to replicate those states in everything that I do, in every, whether I'm playing football or whether I'm writing, I'm making videos, I'm just trying to speak or do things from that center. Of course, it is still very difficult, as you know. Every thought tries to pull you, it tries to pull your attention, but I guess it is just about being persistent and coming back again and again and again. So yeah, that is like one of the things that works for me. Yeah.
Mm. Well, yeah, meditation as well. Like almost half a year. Of course, I did it before as well, but like daily practice, it
Mm-hmm.
changed my life for sure. Every day, one thing before I go out into the world. I can skip breakfast, but I can't skip meditation. That changes the day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hey, also one more thing that just came to my mind was about our Reiki session and everything. So I know how it felt to me, because I was like, I felt quite ecstatic and joyful. How was it for you, and what was your experience? Because you as a giver, because I assume that in Reiki it's about energy flowing from you to me, or on something on those lines, right? So how does that work? How does energy
Uh,
flow? How does any conversation, any interaction that we have, there is a change of exchange of energy, right? So how does that work into all of this?
uh, how I practice, and I think that's how it should be practiced. I'm just a channel. I'm not giving you my energy. I'm not taking your energy. I'm just channeling Reiki energy through me. And in this case, I'm just the observer. I'm just being present, guiding my hands in this example over your body, or if it's done in a distance session, then just using either my body as a surrogate and sending that energy to a different person. But I'm just observing what happens, and in this sense, I can feel okay, where are some kind of blockages in in the case of our session. Sometimes some ancestors might come in and they want to pass some messages.
Mm-hmm.
But if I, yeah, at first when I started it, I was always in my mind, okay, I have to do this in this sequence. Okay, one,
Mm-hmm.
two, three, and then this, and then that.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just try to go with the flow. And if I do it successfully, then all kinds of information are starting to come in. At the moment, actually, as well, I feel connected to you, and that was a weird sensation. Even like 10 minutes before our session, I started to feel tension in my left shoulder, and I was like, "What is this?" And now I understand that might come from you. And
Could be.
so, yeah, one thing you could look into more.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, for me, sometimes if I'm not grounded, once again, uh, yeah, I might take up on some of the energies from the other person if I'm
Mm-hmm.
yeah not clearing my space before and after, and just doing some kind of rituals which
Mm-hmm.
help me to get rid of it's like look at it as a like a tunnel or a tube.
Mm-hmm.
Water or something is flowing through it
Mm-hmm.
with all kinds of, I don't know, for example, bacteria or something you don't want to keep for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But once goes through, you still need some more water to get the first one to get out. So
Yeah, yeah.
for me, bath, swimming always helps to just, okay, that's it. I need
Nice, nice.
to clear the energy afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Nice, interesting. But it's funny that you speak about the energy and movement of energy and everything. So recently, I have also been feeling a lot of movement of energy, and then it transfers into thoughts, right? So how do you how do you channel this energy, because I read that it's excess energy which does not find a way outside is what gets trapped inside of you. So how does that happen,
Uh, about channeling, interesting that you mentioned channeling your own energy. I can't really say say more on this topic, but usually past loved ones come to me, either for me or another person, and I have few in like bodily sensations that I know. Okay, someone is wanting to communicate, and
mm-hmm.
it's either like, for example, one of the things I get like strong pulsation in my ear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's one of the indications. Sometimes different body parts start
Mm-hmm.
to act up like randomly. Like, okay, this just feels weird. And if I'm in connection with another person at the time, okay, I know that's for that person. Uh, if I'm doing a session either with Reiki or tarot cards or just talking with somebody, then I know it's for that person as well. And what I
Mm-hmm.
like to do is just like you do when you're meditating, just clear
Mm-hmm.
your head and trust what comes. And it's usually just random stuff, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't always make sense for me, but for that person, when I share this information, it always makes sense. So
Okay.
for me, the biggest part is trusting this process because
Mm-hmm.
for a long time I was like, this doesn't, no, that couldn't be true. Like, why would I be able to channel? But
Mm-hmm.
now I know that I channeled more than like 2 years, but I just didn't understand what's happening to me. And yeah, now slowly I'm
Yeah.
like, starting
And
to understand how it works,
yeah.
like slowly.
Yeah, and in fact, I was reading this one, I followed this one person, and they were saying that the energies of the earth are also changing. They are accelerating. The fact that you and I are having a conversation on such a topic, on these kind of things, it is proof that it is moving in that direction. People are being more aware, people are awakening more, and yeah, it's just an exciting time to be involved in all this, and just, yeah, just spread this information. And it's only, I guess, a matter of time when these kind of things become very very mainstream, because like something like, say, psychic abilities. Now I'm sure there are so many, arguments for both, for and against it, but I wouldn't say I'm being psychic, or none of us are being psychic, but I can feel a sense, a sixth sense of sort, in which, you just know what to do or what not to do, and it's just fun, now I don't know the logic of it, the rationale of it, but yeah, once it happens with you on an experiential level, you can't deny it anymore,
Exactly, and as you said, you can't make up why and how with your mind, but like this is that inner knowing and feeling that okay, I know how to do it. This is happening. This just happened to me. It can't be undone. So this trusting, that's completely different from the mind space. It's something else, and just okay, yeah. I knew this stuff without any logical reason. Why? I don't know, but I just did. So something inside me works like this. Okay, deal with it. And the more you try to deny this part of you, once it starts to waken, the more just into struggle you will come into. So just yeah, go with the flow. And how I like to look at it, just trying to find a way to turn it into a game.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like do this, ask someone to hide something underneath. I don't know, a cup or some, and just try to find which one is with the tennis ball or whatever. But turn it into a game, and once you just practice more and more, then you just can do more interesting stuff and like challenging or I don't know how I had a teacher with one of the tasks was to okay, she's holding a pen, I don't see the pen, like similar as we are talking over a Zoom session, and okay, what color is the pen? And then I had to guess the color of the pen, not guess, but feel into that. Okay, connect with that person, how she sees that pen. Okay, what color is the pen? And I had like five different questions. Not everyone at the same time. Uh, like I didn't get every question right, but most of them I did. And for example, the pen part was okay. I tried to switch on my logical mind, like with what color she would write, and yeah, that was a wrong answer. But for everything else, like what color is the wall or whatever, perfect. So
Mm-hmm.
just try to turn this into a game, and
Yeah.
that's this excitement when this new skill you have.
Yeah, that's the thing. And
Yeah,
the thing about these kind of things is that it is completely outside the realm of the mind, of the logical mind. So because in this entire journey, the mind kind of has to take a back seat. So far it was the CEO, but now it is going back to being like the maybe the general manager or something, just running the body. And I guess that is something that the mind, it takes a while for the mind to get used to things, and it still tries to portray that level of control and tries to put things into a logical manner, but the inability to do so is, I guess, what causes resistance. And yeah.
yeah, I agree on this. What came to mind was like this manifestation part as well. The times I have tried to manifest just with my mind. I want this thing in this order, in this place. When it comes to life and I actually manifest it, I get it done. It just doesn't feel right. But if I
Mm-hmm.
manifest with the feeling I want to have, once it comes true, it always comes in a way that I don't expect. And
Yeah.
something magical happens and opportunity comes with which I couldn't even think about, and then that's the
Yeah.
right thing I
Yeah.
actually wanted.
Because if
And
you expect
speaking
it,
of
it's
this
still the
energy
known,
goes
it's
first.
not the unknown.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice, nice. Cool. I think this was a lot of fun, and I think we covered a lot of important things about Reiki, serendipity, and just a lot of things in between. And I'm sure that it's going to help a lot of people and just start conversations like this and make it a norm. So yeah, thanks a lot for joining this video, this episode. And do you have any, like, I don't know, credentials or page in which you want like the viewers to visit you if they want to be in touch with you or something?
uh, yeah. At the moment, the only thing I'm doing publicly is I'm doing these daily tarot card messages, just trying to keep myself disciplined so I at least one thing in a day related to spirituality is done in the morning. So yeah, my name and surname, you can probably edit on on YouTube in a
Yeah.
written way. But yeah, just at the moment, that's the only thing. But probably something will come in the future.
Cool, cool. I'm sure it will. Cool
And
then. Thanks a lot.
thank you so much. And you,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
thank you so much. This was first time doing a podcast, and it was a really nice experience.